Okay. Hi, I'm Kim Folsom, and today I'm here with Lori Steele, founder and CEO of Everyone Counts. Lori, thank you so much for being here today.
I'm delighted
and
to
taking time for your extremely busy schedule to share your leadership journey with our attendees at the Women's Leadership Summit.
Thank you for having me. So that was a really interesting and enlightening experience. It seemed to me that it was really obvious that the military needed to vote and they were not being given the opportunity. So at the time, around 2008, data came out that said 70%, 70% of the people living and serving overseas that tried to vote did not get their ballots counted. In any other country, we would be calling that criminal. In the United States, it was just the norm. And it's the norm because it's really hard to get ballots overseas using mail. Vote by mail was invented by Abraham Lincoln in 1865 for Civil War soldiers. That we're still using it today in 2014 is ridiculous. So I went to Capitol Hill and said, we've got to do something about serving these military voters, thinking it was a no-brainer. Turns out it wasn't very successful, and I left feeling completely unsuccessful. 3 months later, I was talking to a staffer on the Hill at a conference, and she gave me a piece of paper, and I sort of felt like she was rubbing my nose in it. And I said, why are you bringing this up again? That's the legislation I wrote that no one listened to. And she said, it's on the floor today, and it's going to pass, and it's going to become the Military and Overseas Voter Empowerment Act. And what I learned in that moment was somebody was listening. So as an entrepreneur, you have maybe 5 minutes to tell your story to the people who can influence or buy. And so what you have to remember is to tell them the story they care about. It turns out Everyone Counts solutions are really good for increasing access for voters, which half the politicians care about, and it's really good for increasing security in voting, which the other half cares a lot about. So when you have 5 minutes to tell your story, tell the part that the listener cares about. Then they'll jump on your bandwagon and do things like get laws passed.
Very cool. That's a huge accomplishment.
Thank you, that was really fun. It's fun to have a president sign something that you sort of helped draft. Well, I think it's really important. I think when we look at venture-backed companies, the vast majority of them are men. However, the vast majority of people are not men, and the vast majority of smart business people are not men. So it's important to think about how we can set the stage so that smart women with smart ideas have the same opportunities that men have.
His career.
I had none. So this is the thing. People, many people, most people, when I started this company said, you can't do that. I had been a stockbroker or a portfolio manager. I'd never actually even worked in a corporation in the traditional sense. I didn't have a manager. I didn't learn how to manage people. I didn't have training. I didn't know anything about elections, and I only knew about the technologies I was investing in. So theoretically, they were right. I had no right to start the company. I had no experience, but what I kept thinking is, well, who does? And sure, some people grow up in corporations or grow up in an entrepreneurial place, but my line was, not everyone's born with a CEO card in their pocket. And so maybe I should just do what it takes to succeed. And I know what the problem is, and if I spend my time, as I learned as an investment manager, you can't throw technology at a problem you don't understand and be successful. I saw so many companies go out of business who tried that in the dot-com era. So I thought if I bring together internationally recognized experts in election administration, which is a problem I wanted to solve, and in technology, which is how I wanted to solve the problem, we actually could solve the problem. And if you solve the problem, you can create a business that works. And if you give people a great place to work, which it keeps them inspired and compensates them well and gives them a mission to work toward, then you could build a successful company, was what I thought. And it turned out that was true. So I'm really excited about that. I think we have finally reached the point of the perfect storm. So we have the capital to tell our story. We have the capital to put feet on the street. We have the capital to invest in future development. At the same time, we have the reputation for extraordinary success and extraordinary innovation. It's important for women to understand that they can be what they imagine they can be. They shouldn't let themselves be put in a box. They should imagine what their life could be and make it so.